Hey, assholes. So, what's going on with you at your end? What are you guys up to? You know what I'm up to? I'm up to reading some more Marvel filth. Oh my god. What the hell is this crap that I'm reading right now? Well, The Punisher is one of my top 3 favorite comic book guys. Shorter, more to the point, very blunt. Most of the time, depending on who it is, action-packed. And I have to say, this one isn't. It is, and there's gore, and if that's what you came here for, then you will be happy. But if you're like me, a huge fan of The Punisher, you got a fuckload of even if you don't have a fuckload of comics in your collection of The Punisher, you're just a huge fan. You thought the movies were really neat. Personally, I enjoyed all of them on their own level. You have to excuse me, I do not have a tripod, so this is my hand. The best way possible to keep still. Sorry. So, yeah. And you can see a few other nods of what I've been up to in terms of what came out. First of all, as you can see, the fucking creases. Surprised you don't see my fingerprints everywhere. What the hell, man? Like, can you please... Cardstock. I'll pay the extra $1. I'm tired of holding it like this. This is how I hold a comic book. When it's in my hand, I'm like, so my fingers don't stay long on the page. Please, Marvel and DC. Can you do what the Image does? Cardstock? Fuck. Because as soon as I'm done, look at these crinkles. Look at this. It didn't even have time to dry. How would this look good on a CGC, in a CGC thingy? You know, like, you guys aren't thinking about that. Are you fuck asses? This shit's not going to be worth anything in a few years. Unless, like, I really needed toilet paper. I love The Punisher. I especially enjoyed the Marvel Knights. I especially enjoy Garth Ennis' take. Some people think Garth is insane or whatever. And yeah, maybe if you read the Boys comic, which I'm about to start in the near future. Right now, I'm currently trying to get through Onslaught, the omnibus. Very good writing. Beautiful women. Their lower back arcs are a little strange. But, anyways. We're not going to... Let's dive into this garbage nonsense and I'll show you why it is that this is crap. Right off the bat. You're like, who the fuck is this? What's going on? This is the rapist, better known as a therapist. And he's going through Frank's case. Because Frank, as a child, apparently, is a serial killer. He's got dead animals and knives and all sorts of weapons in and around his room. Do you remember that? From any of the Jerry Conway or John Romita Sr. or Ross Andrew? I hope I pronounced that last one right. I mean, that's what it looks like it's spelled. Yeah, this is how they created. So, a crazy psycho kid in the same vein as Dexter from the TV show, not the lead singer from The Offspring, just in case there was a confusion, has been shown how to pretend to be human by his father. And then goes off killing people who suck. But this guy has a kid, 2 kids, a wife. He grieves for them. He's not psychotic. That's not a psychotic thing to have happen just because he decided to declare war on crime. It wasn't out of vengeance. Maybe getting the specific killers, that was vengeance. But like, you read the comments from Jerry Conway or John Romita Sr., they'll tell you straight up, it wasn't about revenge. He's taking it to crime so no one else has to suffer this injustice. And the little clips and tidbits go back to that exact idea. But Frank Castle isn't a psycho. So Aaron here thought it was cool to just fucking reset the fucking... Can you imagine if they did that shit to Goku? Or anybody else? Just think about it. A character you understand and love all these specific traits about them. I'm pretty sure no one was saying, you know what the Punisher's missing? Psychotic tendencies as a child. That would be cool. Like, I don't sit up at night and wake up in a cold sweat from having a nightmare about not knowing whether or not Frank Castle had a shitty childhood. No, I wake up from a cold sweat nightmare still dating my ex. Having to go to that god-awful wedding I had to go to. Jesus. So AA Ron here decided, you know what, man? I'll fucking change the Punisher. And here's symbolic of this is what the Punisher used to be, and he's crawling away from this shit with blood because it was an epic fight to get rid of this shit. It's symbolic, right? And here's something. What's symbolic about this, though? Looks like Hitler, midget Hitler, in a Captain America hat on the throne. Now, when you read this one, you know what this is. When you see this, after reading this, you know that's Frank as a kid. He really liked Captain America. Oh, it's not a Hitler mustache. It's just badly drawn lips. You just feel him watching you. Hello. You put on your socks. Oh, right? Fucking creepy ass kid. Get the fuck away from me. I am not looking forward to reading that nonsense. And it'll be the last one. So everyone complains about the logo being changed. Some people complain because, hey man, if people like the logo, it's up to them to like the logo. It's not up to you to change it because, some people who are Trump supporters wore the logo. It's like as if Nike's like, we're not using the swoosh anymore. There are some people that were fucking raiding the thing. They were wearing Nike shoes. And then another person's like, hey man, someone was wearing Ray-Ban sunglasses. Fuck that shit. We're not making sunglasses anymore. We're going to make some chips, fuck. Get some potatoes in this bitch. No. None of that shit happened, but the Punisher logo had to change because woke and left and garbage ass stupid shit. And you know what, man? It's, what are we? June 2022? The pendulum is swinging the other way. Now people who even put up the pride the pride flag on their Facebook page are getting bitched out by people in the comments because you're pandering. You're pandering to this. You don't need to put up the pride parade to show that you have an allegiance or you respect those of that community. Like, if anything, you're just shilling, right? I mean, look at us. We're woke. Yeah, but it goes broke. Maybe you don't put it up this time. IDW put it up, and I almost wanted to comment, but I'm like, let me check the comments out before I say something, because the last thing I need is my phone to blow up all fucking night because people are like, you're a phobe-physicist. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's 2022. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who's actually racist or phobic of anything. My goodness. Good luck. Good luck trying to find someone like that. Or good luck finding someone who thinks rape is good. Who doesn't think that, specific lives matter one way or another. I think if your life is in peril or if you're suffering, your life matters. Period. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. And that's what we've been taught in school. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter. But that's a whole political thing. And this is not that, but it is, because they're changing this on WTF. And what are they changing it to? I mean, you guys saw the thing, right? This really, look, this look. Hey man, I want to make Frank as a kid the ugliest thing ever. Actually, you know what? He kind of looks like John Berthnall. Berthelnall? God, I can never remember how to pronounce his last name. Right? If he was a kid, a little smug little bitch who listens to Eminem. Oh, the sexy. Oh, yeah. Who's that? Frank doesn't make out with women unless it's his wife. It's his wife with bullet holes. How'd that happen? Well, if you're not familiar with the story, should I leave it on this page? Yeah, fuck it. You guys enjoy this. Not really something you could fap to. I mean, it does say parental advisory, but with all the swearing I'm doing, and it's still, right? Because it's a still image, it's essentially art, right? That's what the way they got away with having strip shows in London back in the day in that movie with that guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It makes me mad that I don't remember his name. Bob Hoskins, something like that. Anyways, we saw his penis, and I didn't want to see that in that movie. Thank you. And Judi Dench, I think we saw her naked. I guess it wasn't that memorable. I don't remember it. Antika. So, she's alive again. How? Well, the Hand is like, hey, instead of trying to fight the Punisher, because he'll just kill a bunch of us with those freaking barbaric weapons he uses. What are they called again? Oh yeah, guns. While we're running around with swords and ninja stars, this guy's pumping us full of lead. What is it? How many bullets a second in some of those guns? Enough to make the Hand into Swiss cheese. They're like, hey, let's bring back his. Sorry about that. My phone was like, hey, there's no more memory. I'm like, shit. Okay, so I had to free up some shit. So, yeah, let's bring back his wife and hold that over his head. And he's an idiot. He's going for it, right? There you go. That's the beautiful, beautiful new symbol now. Beautiful symbol, right? And here he is walking past his old relics of weapons that he used to think were so special. And here he is. I mean, the art is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But this is a 5 or 6 part miniseries by A.A. Ron to reinvigorate the Punisher. They're going to get some nobody writer. I already seen it. And like a nobody artist to continue this nonsense. We'll see how far that goes. So he sucks at fighting with a sword. I'm pretty sure he had some training. Like he wouldn't like extend a thrust or a stab. You know, I'm pretty sure he'd be a regular fighter that like he could put up a decent fight for these shinobi. So he gets like beat by a nobody. I'm gonna skip a few things. There's some bad guy with these stupid hats. They appear in the last issue. Are trying to give him. Oh, look at that! In the past, that old lady offered him knives, and he told her to fuck off. There you go. Fuck off, motherfucker! Oh, young kids today. Such vigor. Hyundai. Because I said so now. My name is A.A. Ron, and you will be sitting on the throne of the Hand. And Ottawa Senator fans will offer you green goopy guns. So without really going through the rest of the book, essentially these are new bad guys that Punisher's going to have to face. He's going to probably need the help of the Hand. He turns out to be the right fist. He's not the Hand, he's a fist of the Beast. Whoever the Beast is, I don't know if they ever revealed it. Wait, maybe they do. She tells him to kneel before. Oh, yeah, look at that. And you're the messenger. Plach. Ah. Oh, I didn't see this coming. Because it got him like in the eye. How did you not see that coming? Right? And now he's got to kneel. Come on. There, this is supposed to be the Beast, I guess. So she's kneeling. And he's like, and we never see him kneel. And then this dude gets cracked in the skull by what I thought was Blockbuster. And then I remembered, oh, wait a minute. That's DC. We're going to change the thing from that and just go right to the last page where they reveal the Alpha Ottawa Senators guy. So, what have we learned from this? A.A. Ron likes to think that it's okay to rewrite history and change a few things. And I'd like to say that Jerry Conway is going to get involved or say his piece, but him too. He's left woke dum dum. I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote The Punisher would be very like back in the day when he actually wrote it. Like if you take that Jerry and make him meet today's Jerry, he'd be so disappointed and kind of pussy he's become, which is essentially what everybody's become, a giant fucking pussy. Don't say that. Their feelings might be hurt. Don't say the truth. Can you imagine how many times I've had arguments with people where I'm like, but this is... These people that you argue with fifis, and you're like, but facts. And they're like, but my fifis. Yeah, until they go to court, and then they want someone to represent them that has facts as opposed to fifis. Oh, I feel like this guy's innocent. I don't have any hardcore evidence, sorry. The jury finds you guilty. Fifis are shit. Or you want a surgeon to operate on you. You kind of want them to have logic and things that they learned, facts they learned from books. Not fifis. Well, I feel like this is the thing to cut. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. I cut off your balls. What? That came in here from my ears. Yeah, well, I feel like your ears could be down there. Bunch of stupid shit. Come on now. Come on. Now, all politics aside and all this shit, the logo is dumb. It's not, it doesn't fit the Punisher. The Punisher is not Japanese. Right? I'm surprised people aren't screaming like, oh, he's appropriating culture. And people are like, well, wait a minute. This is dead Japanese. Does that really count as a culture? I mean, they're not alive. Yeah, but you know, and like he's not really just a white guy. He's Italian, right? His name isn't Frank Castle. It's Francis Castiglione. One of those hard to pronounce Italian names with a L and a G too close together. And like, what is the target audience? Who do you like about the Punisher? Nothing. He should change, and then I will buy his book. Said no one ever. What do I like about the Punisher? Because he fucking kills people. You know what he doesn't have? The Joker come back and kill a bunch of other motherfuckers before you send him back to jail. Frank would have taken care of the Joker right away. But dang, bullet right to the face. Or maybe the kneecaps, then the face. Depends. You know, like a little vengeance before the final finish. But no, how do we write bad guys then if we keep killing off all our good ideas like the Joker? Oh, I don't know. Figure it out. What do you think they do in Dragon Ball? You think is it Zamatsu? You think that dude just keep coming back? No. Majin Buu, he had his run. Cell, he had his run. Frieza, somehow he's back. But, I mean, you know, that's such a shithead character. You know, like, what do you think Akira Toriyama does? Oh, no, I have to keep Cell because I'm going to bring him back later. Oh, my God. And they're bringing back the androids and Red Ribbon Army in the new movie for Dragon Ball superheroes. Now, the Red Ribbon is... I wonder if it's a jab at One Punch Man. I know there's a jab at Sailor Moon. The dude poses just like she does, but... Oh, does this give you the... Yeah, I guess maybe not. Anyways... this was very fucking disappointing. The changes are you want to change something dramatic, fine, but like his childhood, like he's a psycho. Why? The symbol I understand. I like. Let's say I pull back from the picture and really look at it. You know, okay, maybe Marvel doesn't want their logos to be associated with any sort of terrible things. Like, can you imagine if terrorists started wearing, like, Spider-Man logos? What the hell would they do then? You know, and if you start hating on Spider-Man, then the Terrys win. Yeah, it's just no winning. But, I mean, if a cop had the Punisher logo or a Decepticon logo or Autobots or a Dragon Ball in their car, like, do you care? Is it such a big deal to you? Like, when I go to my office, where I used to work at Deloitte, We had those never your desk kind of desks. Like you just sat at a desk that was open and you had to book it like a week in advance in order to be able to use it or get to it. And then eventually like we were in the same area all the time. So we just kept the desk we were at and never booked it anymore. One of the employees, one of my coworkers, actually set an alarm to wake up at, I don't know, midnight Thursday morning to fucking do his seating schedule so he can get the seat that he wants. Can you fucking believe it? Because there was one seat everybody had to rotate to that was out of the circulation and doesn't sit near a window, which fucking sucked. But eventually it was our desks. So I started decorating mine. You know, I put some Goku figures, a Chi, some other stuff. And eventually the partner of our group came up to me and was like, hey man, can you not leave that stuff on your desk at the end of the day? Someone else uses it. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, the fuck do they care? I'm like, okay, fine. Like I chose a while ago not to argue with these idiots because whenever you apply logic to whatever they're saying, they're just going to come up with a reason and then ends up just being like, well, I tell you this, so you just do it. And I don't want to hear that shit. So it's better I don't hear that shit because I would just be very vindictive with how I treat that person, even if he is the partner, for days to come. So it's like not personal. Those desks aren't yours, so it fucking sucks. Then I changed to another place, and it was my desk. So I decorated how I fucking saw fit, and everybody around thought it was fucking swank. Yeah. So you know where you know you know what it's gonna be like when you work in an office with these set of rules, and you know what to expect. So if a cop has the fucking Punisher logo, who fucking cares? Really? Who gives a shit? A band logo, Punisher, John Cena. Like, that'd be kind of funny. It's got a big picture of John Cena waving his hand in his face, and you can't see me. And people are like, oh, I get it. It's almost ironic, but I do see you. And you're about to give me a speeding ticket because I saw you at the last minute. You know? Like, who gives a shit? But change the logo? That's dumb. That's dumb. And like that, it's not going to fly. Nobody who's a Punisher fan is going to be really happy about this. I wasn't. I bought this with reservation. And as I continued to go through it, I was like, oh, you know what, man? This book sucks. This story sucks. And I'm like, you know what? I need to hear a second opinion just in case I'm a little too invested in the behind the politics. So I went to go listen to what Perch had to say, because that's an opinion I respect. I don't necessarily agree with, but I respect it. And he too thought it was really fucking disgusting that Frank Castle's some kind of animal mutilator and weird, traumatic childhood stressors. Oh, this guy's fucking boring. What the hell? Oh. Who drew this? I can't read it, but I'm curious if it has to do with George Perez. No, it doesn't. I am not a comic book aficionado where I can pick out Perez's work from a crowd. Romita Jr., yeah, I can totally pick that out when they look like N64 characters in their heads. Then that is Romita Jr. Oh, look at this garbage. Marvel, fucking stop with this shit-ass paper. Guys, so cheap. I'll pay $1 more, man. Oh, wait. This is a $5 issue. And you gave me this shit? Hey, man, fuck you. The next one better not be $5, too. It is. What about this one? Oh, this was $4. Look at this. Does this look like a professional? Come on now. And what the hell happened to her jeans? Did she just fight the reptile guy there? Lizard? Lizard man? Lizard? It's been so long since I've cared about Spider-Man. Now all my comic books, I guess I should do a little shilling, right? For the place I go to get my books. If you're in and around the Montreal area and you're like, hey man, I'm jonesing for maybe some pop vinyl figures or, you know, some Magic cards or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon cards, or, you know, a real huge assortment of newsstand variety comic books, or even some back issues, you should stop in at Captain Quebec on St. Catherine Street. Why? Well, that's where I go to get my stuff. Once a month, I have a pull list there, and if you have a pull list, you get a discount. It's pretty swank. There's even a picture of Deadpool telling you as such inside the store. Now, granted, these guys, as professional as they are most of the time, they're liable to make mistakes. Like, for some reason, I would have three of the same issue of a comic book that I already bought the previous month. You know, like Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. Or I would have issues where I don't remember asking for this, such as this Spider-Man or Carnage, and I will drop both. And for whatever reason, when I actually ask for a specific one to be pulled, it never comes in, like issue 775 or 775. Are we that high up for the Flash? Whichever one was the last issue that ended in 5 for the Flash, I did not get. And asked for months later, I think now it's almost half a year, and I'm like, I stopped asking for it. But that's not to say that the atmosphere isn't very friendly there. Oh, it is. It's incredibly friendly. My son has no problem talking the poor cashier's ear off. And the rest of the staff, who there actually is one, is very friendly and offers their assistance in any way, shape, or form. As in wishing me luck on my packs of Magic. I've started to get Kamigawa because I really like the older set. This one, it's a little woke, if you ask me. But I don't remember the women being really beautiful in Magic cards before. It just... it screams cyberpunk as opposed to really Japanese lore. Even though it's about Japanese lore, it just doesn't feel very Japanese lore. And here is a special issue, if you could just look at it for a second. This you'll recognize as the great work of Tom Taylor. Yeah, and his name is right there. You'll know him as the dude who wrote all the other heroes as bisexual so he can get a clap back from people. Well, I'm a huge fan of Nightwing. Huge fan. And this is the last issue I'm buying until Tom Taylor's gone. Because I don't hang with that shit. But back to Captain Quebec. Even though it has a very French name, do not feel bad when you walk in and feel like you might not be served in English. You will be. You could be served in French or English. And you won't be chastised for speaking English in that store. As though you would in most other places. I'm sorry, tourists or English-speaking people. Quebec is very closed-minded when it comes to language issues. But not at this place. This is a haven for everybody. So stop in at your local Captain Quebec. It used to be a huge franchise. I think there were 3 stores. The one was in the West Island where I frequented when I was a child. Now it's just down to 1. You could also go to Mille Comiques, which is also owned by the same guy who actually lives in the town I live in. So stop by, say hi, buy something. I mean, they're busy. Patronage is, I'm sure, something they could totally use. Not really. I mean, yeah, they could, but based every time I go there, they're super busy. Anyways, get this garbage out of here. I wish I could have a video of like me using this as a toilet paper thing, but I don't want to do that on account of like I don't want to get shit stuck on my hand by accident and have that on film. But I guess I could edit that. Anyways, if you like this, good. I'm glad. If you didn't, well, just know that I share in your pain. This is hot garbage that is in dire need of going away. And Marvel, I know you're not watching, but I've put it up on on Twitter. I tweet out to these guys when I cancel my shit. I'm canceling my shit for this one. And I canceled Batman 89. I'm canceling Nightwing, Spider-Man, Carnage. Carnage is not because of any sort of political underroo thing. It's just not something I'm interested in. I love Venom. I love the symbiotes. But I'm not interested in a story revolved around Carnage. As far as I'm concerned, that guy should be dead and they need to move on. Like the Joker. He needs to be dead and moved on. Just like Hitler in a Captain America mask. He needs to move on. Say goodbye, baby Hitler. I want to eat the cheese between your toes. Oh, so good.